Okay, so what I'm going to do here is just take my primer and cut it in along the walls here so I can get my tissue paper to stick. I don't know why I didn't put this in a container, but that's okay. And then I'm not going to do a very big area because I don't want this paint to dry before I can get my tissue paper on here. So I'm just going to do a small area at a time. And the reason I didn't tape off is because I don't want my tissue paper getting stuck to my tape. So when I take the tape off, I don't want the tissue paper to come off, because sometimes it does that. So we're just going to be really careful. I will tape after I'm done putting the tissue paper on and the stencil and all those sorts of things, because we're going to be putting so many layers of paint on that I don't want to take a chance of having to stop all the time and wiping it off the trim or around the doors and stuff like that. So, and you'll see I have a lot of holes in the wall up here, and that's just because at Christmas time I hang decorations up there. So this will cover everything up. So anyway, what you're going to do then is just kind of roll this on. You don't need a lot. It's just to make the tissue paper stick. And I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Just a minute. And a little bit more down towards the bottom. And kind of putting the tissue paper is just a little random. You don't have to get it exact or anything. Even if you don't get every spot, it doesn't matter, because that is also what adds the texture, that you don't have anything there. So, okay. I think I'm ready to show you guys how to put the tissue paper on. So, you just take it, crinkle it up a little bit, and then fluff it back out. And kind of keep your edges straight along the top of the wall. And then just kind of use your fingers and push it into place. You'll see it's already creating a little bit of texture there. And then just kind of tap it in and pull it over, and it's going to get a little wrinkly, and that's okay. That's what you're looking for. And you can probably see the wrinkles already that are being created by me just kind of pushing this on here. I don't want it really, really wrinkly. I just want a little bit of texture. You'll see that there's air bubbles behind there too, and that's okay. Just kind of press those out. And then you can go back over it with your roller, kind of dry, and smooth it back in. So there's one sheet on. And here's the next sheet. You can overlap it, or you don't have to. A lot of people tear this up, and I don't think there's really any need for it to like tear the tissue paper up before you put it on. Because we're going to be putting so many layers of paint on, you're not really even going to see where those butt up against one another. So that's kind of what we're looking for. See the little bit of wrinkles in here and here. That might be a little wrinkly there, but keep pushing down on it and kind of get the air bubbles out from under it. Oops. And we have a little tear, and that's okay. It's more texture. Okay, so, and I'm not going to measure this last piece that I'm putting on. I'm just going to kind of put it on here. I see I need a little bit more paint here to help it stick. It's kind of like doing Mod Podge on your wall. And I'm using the straight edges down towards the bottom because, of course, I want that nice and straight down there, so it doesn't overlap onto the trim or anything. Okay, And again, just kind of smooth it in. I'm going to rip this off here, just a little bit. Put some more paint under that. And under here. And then just take your brush, kind of flatten everything out a little bit, not a lot. Get those air bubbles out. Okay, so that's what it looks like. That's a little messy there, and I'm not in love with it. So what I'm going to do is just put another piece right over top of it, like that. And now you can't even tell it was ripped. Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm going to add some more along here, and just keep doing it the same way. Paint and tissue paper and roll over it with your brush. Thanks, I'll be back.